All right, guys, the big news today, the news everybody is excited about. I want to play this clip before we get into it, guys. This was from roughly a month ago during question period.
Mr. Speaker, I am not going anywhere.
Oh, really? Oh, Freeland, you're not going anywhere, huh? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Chrystia Freeland resigns from cabinet hours before fiscal update. Oh, no! Oh, guys, this is actually bad. This is really bad, by the way, because if she's resigning, she knows it's bad. The fiscal number is going to be north of $60 billion. She does not want to get the attack here from the people, most likely. And Trudeau, he's going to be getting cooked. This week is going to... This just proves that the Liberal government is collapsing, by the way. The main finance minister has resigned hours before the fiscal update. Chrystia Freeland was supposed to give the fiscal update at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now I have no idea or clue who is going to be giving this update, whether it's Trudeau or the infamous carbon tax Carney, because apparently a lot of the information Freeland was getting fed was actually from Carney himself. I think Carney has a really deep play within this government, and I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing a little bit more of carbon tax Carney. But guys, this just shows, man. This shows. One of the top ministers of the Trudeau government has said, I'm out. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland has announced her resignation from the federal cabinet, placing blame on Prime Minister Trudeau for her decision.
Colton, we just had that breaking news today. Chrystia Freeland stepping down, all on the same day that she is set to deliver that fall economic report.
Yeah, and in a public letter, she comments on the fact that there has been tension between her office and the PMO for the last several weeks, and that on Friday he asked her to no longer be his finance minister, but that there would be another option in cabinet for Ms. Freeland. She says that's something that she can't take. She can't continue to work in that cabinet if she doesn't have the confidence of the prime minister, and she says that's something that clearly has been lost if she can't serve as his finance minister. And so
Yeah, so she gave an entire document, an entire statement here. Like I said, one of the biggest ministers in his cabinet has jumped ship. I'm going to be interested in what Karina Gold has to say and what kind of defense and BS she's going to run, because you know she's going to be on the defense hard now. After this has happened, maybe more people will jump ship as well. I can only imagine more ministers are sitting there thinking, maybe we should follow suit. Maybe we should jump ship as well. I mean, they just don't want the blame to be put on themselves. Today was the day that Freeland was supposed to announce the deficit, the actual deficit numbers. And she must have seen them and went, my God, I do not want to deliver these on behalf of Trudeau. He can deliver it himself. I am gone. And I mean, to be fair, she's equally to blame as much as Trudeau is for the destruction of our country. But you know it's really bad when even she's like, God, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta run while I can. They're running like cockroaches. The lampshades have been lifted. The curtains have been opened. Guys, today's gonna be a fucking crazy day. 3 weeks ago, I reported, just to give you guys a little thing here, streamed 3 weeks ago, I reported that multiple people are reporting at least 5 unknown large drones that have been flying unauthorized for over 2 hours in Morris, New Jersey. Now, roughly a month, 3 weeks a month has happened. And we have tons and tons and tons of footage continuing to appear, tons of drones continuing to show. We have actually a statement from Trump as well about the drones, but I want to show this 1 in 1 million shot here. This guy takes out a drone with a firework.
Boy down, bro. Shoot that boy down. Yeah.
But anyway, the drone situation has gotten kind of crazy. Tons of drones appearing up. People saying it's the government. People saying it's Iran. People saying it's this, that, and the fourth. I don't have an explanation because I am not the government, but apparently Trump does believe the government knows exactly what's going on and they should tell the public. Let's take a listen.
Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey and the ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. Want to know the truth? They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Have you been
Do you have any reason to think they're... So, a lot of, I would say, either misinformation or whatever you want to call it going around about these drones. Obviously, the fact that anybody can buy these off of Amazon for anywhere from $100 to $300 obviously doesn't help. But only imagine and assume there are people out there trolling with all the people that are scared and creating all these theories and stuff. It's not hard to go out of your way and buy one. Now, they are saying that these drones that are being flown around are larger than commercial drones. The whole regulations with drones that are commercial or public use, it's changed a lot over the past 10 years. A drone 10 years ago that you could consider legal use is no longer a drone that you could consider legal use now. Like a DJI Phantom from like 10 years ago is considered too large and could be considered a larger than commercial drone compared to one of the things they're cooking up now. The size, the weight, they weigh them in about grams, so I think you can have a drone that's about 250 grams total in weight. So yeah, the laws have changed a lot, and yeah, whether it's government, whether it's invaders, China, or space invaders, whatever you want to believe, I don't know. I can only imagine there is probably a lot of people trolling as well. Speaking of misinformation, ABC was pushing for the longest time that Trump was involved in some sort of sexual assault case or rape case. And guess what? The defamation case has gone Trump's way, and he's looking to get roughly 15 to 16 million in this lawsuit here. You say a bunch of bullshit, it's gonna come around and bite you in the ass, and ABC is paying the ultimate price right now. GG, ABC, you played the wrong card.
Questions.
Here we go. My God, Christmas songs and rhymes galore.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister has lost control, but he is clinging to power. We knew that he had lost control of the voters, of immigration, of spending, of inflation, of the cost of housing, but now he has lost control of his cabinet. The Vice Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance has stepped down, and she stepped down hours before presenting Canada's fall economic statement with an enormous deficit. When will we have an election?
L'honorable leader du gouvernement à l'Assemblée commune.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our government is looking forward to presenting the economic statement this afternoon, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the member for University Rosedale for everything that she has done for this country and everything that she will continue to do for this country.
Is that the new Chrystia Freeland?
Make quite a long list, and her place in history is assured, and we are very proud of everything that she has done for this government.
L'honorable chef de l'opposition.
Yet he clings to power. He's lost control of immigration, lost control of the borders, lost control of spending, deficits, inflation, housing costs. In fact, his former, apparently, finance minister was trying to get spending under control by capping the deficit at an already crazy $40 billion. But he took carbon tax Carney's advice and pushed her beyond that guardrail and was trying to throw her off the cliff. She's now resigned minutes before presenting her fall economic update. This cannot go on. When will we have a carbon tax elected?
Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our government looks forward to presenting the fall economic statement later this afternoon.
Clearly your government didn't look forward to it because Chrystia resigned. Oh my God, Karina.
Has accomplished for this country and will continue to do for this country. She has played an integral role in this government. First of all, standing up for Canada and defending NAFTA, bringing forward universal childcare, and the incredible work that she has done in defending Ukraine. We are very grateful for all that she's contributed to this government and to Canada. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
For the Finance Minister. Who are you?
The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, at a time when Canadians are struggling, we are happy to bring forward measures that are going to assist them. Things like the GST tax cut that took place starting this past Saturday, going until February 15th. And while the Conservative leader and the members of his caucus stay focused on us, we're going to stay focused on helping.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, it was a serious question. Who is the Finance Minister? After the Finance Minister's resignation this morning, automatically the Industry Minister became Minister of Finance. And congratulations. But he immediately quit. After him, in the line of precedence, it was the two Randys. Well, they don't want it. So now we don't have a finance minister just a couple of minutes before the fall economic statement will be presented. So where's the minister?
The Honourable Leader of the Government,
The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I said, our government is looking forward to presenting the fall economic statement later this afternoon. There are important measures in that update, measures that are important for Canadians. It's time for the Leader of the Conservatives to recognize that while he's focused on us, we are focused on Canadians.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, just to underline the chaos we're faced with here, the Finance Minister resigned the day she was to present the fall budget, which was going to contain a massive deficit overrun. The job then went automatically to the Industry Minister, who immediately resigned, like on the spot, which then went down the line, and the next person in order was the famous two Randys. And they're not available to do the job either. We're now less than 2 hours away from the fall economic update. Why won't the Prime Minister have the courage to come in here, present it himself, and put it for a confidence vote tonight?
A fourth non-confidence vote? Are we joking? We do know the NDP still exists, right?
Did during statements today for members to be careful not to refer to other sitting members by their names, but to use their titles or to use their writing names. The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, Mr. Speaker, while the Leader of the Opposition continues to play politics in this place, we look forward to...
Yeah, continues to play politics in a place of politics. Fucking wild, Karina.
Have a series of important measures for Canadians. Things that are going to help them with the affordability challenges, that are going to put Canada, Canadian jobs, and the Canadian economy first. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I would like to ask the honourable member from from St. Albert, Edmonton, to please.
Why is Greg so loud?
When he is not recognized by the Speaker.
Where is he?
The Honourable Member for La Prairie. We already knew that between 20 and 40 Liberal MPs no longer had confidence in the Prime Minister. We also knew that 8 ministers would be jumping ship. Today, the Minister of Finance decided to step down instead of presenting the fall economic statement. She wrote, black and white, that she disagrees with the Prime Minister on the best path forward for Canada. So she has also taken away her confidence in the Prime Minister. We are watching this government, this Liberal government, fall apart, and it's pretty ugly to see. Will the Prime Minister call an election? The Honourable Government House Leader. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to thank my colleague for his question. As I mentioned, as a government, we are looking forward to presenting the fall economic statement later this afternoon. There are important measures in there for Canadians.
Yeah, Freeland was looking extra forward to delivering it. That's why she resigned.
Canadians. And we will continue to protect Canadian economy and Canadian jobs. The Honourable Member for La Prairie. The Deputy Prime Minister has quit because of the Liberals' electoral handouts. She said that Canadians know when we're working for them and when we're focused on ourselves. Mr. Speaker, people can see through their political games. Quebecers don't want these political handouts. Businesses don't want them. Even the Finance Minister doesn't want them. The only person who wants these is the NDP leader and the Prime Minister of Canada. Will they finally stop sabotaging Canada's economy for, so they can buy votes? The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And once again, I would like to thank my colleague for his question. Cutting the GST on essentials for Canadians is something that's important for many Canadians. And I've heard from many people in my riding who have said that this is something that is important for them. Restaurants, small and medium-sized businesses say that this is something that's important for them, and we are proud of having put that motion forward.
The Honourable Member from Burnaby South.
People can't afford their groceries.
And you decided to vote Trudeau back in.
To call their own. And the Conservatives are laughing.
Order!
Whoa. Greg is mad.
The Honourable Member from Burnaby South from the top, please.
Canadians literally cannot afford the groceries they need.
And you are part of the problem.
Afford to find a home to call their own.
You voted Trudeau back in.
Buddies of the Conservatives, MAGA Conservatives.
Blames Trump while you should be blaming Trudeau.
Hundreds of thousands of jobs in Canada. And the Prime Minister is more focused
Orange
on
man
himself,
bad.
on infighting. The Prime Minister cannot remain in that position.
He can't remain in that position? Jagmeet, are you stupid? This guy's actually insane, right?
Honourable Minister for Innovation.
Mr. Speaker, this is not the time for slogan. This is not the time for partisanship. This is not a time to make jokes, Mr.
I don't know about you guys in chat right now, but I believe the scripts are running dry. It's starting to get real pathetic in here.
Members are standing behind them, that we're going to invest in Canadians, that we're going to invest in this country, that we're going to invest in our workers, and that we're going to invest in our industry, Mr. Speaker, and that we're going to prepare Canada to be the best prepared to be able to deal with our U.S. friends. Mr. Speaker, this is the time where we show that we're all Canadians.
The Honourable Member for Burnaby South.
So I'll ask again in French. Les gens de la misère.
People are having a very hard time paying for groceries. Young people can't find affordable housing. And beyond that, we have the threat of Trump's tariffs. And that's putting hundreds of thousands of jobs in Canada in danger. And instead of dealing with issues that are important for Canadians, the Prime Minister is dealing with fighting in his own party. It's clear that the Prime Minister cannot continue. Will he resign today, yes or no?
Oh my God, Jagmeet.
Minister of Innovation. Mr. Speaker, as I said, this isn't a time for jokes. This isn't a time for partisanship. It's certainly not a time for conservative slogans, Mr. Speaker.
Jagmeet just asked if Trudeau would resign. I actually can't believe this man right now.
To invest in Canada, to defend our workers, to invest in our industry. And Mr. Speaker, I call on all members of this House to do their civic duty to work for the good of Canada so that we can face the incoming American administration. Mr. Speaker, today we are all Canadians. Let's work together.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the NDP leader is absolutely right. This cannot continue. This Prime Minister cannot go on like this. Housing costs have doubled. Food bank use has doubled. The debt has doubled. Gun crime has doubled. And now we face troubling tariff threats from a president who can see weakness coming from a mile away. The Prime Minister must leave this job. But there's only one person who can remove him, and that's the leader of the NDP. Will he put the country ahead of his pension and vote for a carbon tax election now?
No, he won't. I don't know why anybody believes he would. He's proven time and time again that he does not care about the country. Jagmeet is a liar. Bottom line, he's a liar. And Darth Fungus has muted the microphone, ladies and gentlemen. If you are here right now, you are joining in the middle of question period. It's a pretty heated one today. Freeland resigned. The finance minister is a nobody, one of the million of Randys that are out there. It's a disaster. Karina running defense, trying to save her skin.
Prime Minister has lost control. The Prime Minister's own deputy quit just hours before her economic statement, all of a sudden saying, Canadians know when we're focused on ourselves, and describing a newfound disdain for costly political gimmicks. Those are her quotes. Right. This after her own political rival, Mark Carney, wrote the fall economic statement full of things that she didn't want to present. The old boys club isn't in charge. Canadians are. Right. And it's time for credible leadership in the seriousness of this moment, not the fake feminism of this phony Prime Minister. It's time for Canadians to decide. So will anyone or everyone over there finally agree? Yeah.